Started in at 7 for a 2, but bogeyed 9. We've got joint leaders again in the Saudi International. 3 Americans in the top 7. 1 Spaniard, 1 Englishman, 1 Japanese, 1 Australian. Opening event of the Asian Tour season, and what a cracking way to start. Last year only finished 2 weeks ago in Singapore when Ju Yong Kim, Tom Kim, at 19 years old, won the Asian Order of Merit. Down on the 9th green, over to the right is the 18th, where the trophy will be won and lost a little later this afternoon. You can just about see the pin position on 18. Back left, traditional final day pin position, close to the water. It's still a reachable par 5. In fact, today that 18th pin is 48 yards forward, so very much reachable in 2. Risk reward though, with water all the way up alongside the final green.
It's a very long walk from the 9th green to the 10th tee. Time for someone like Arnaus to just regroup. But up on the 10th green. Oh, well done.
At last we get a smile on DJ's face. He's had to wear a file for it. Meanwhile, over on that 18th green, what we're talking about, Lee Westwood, he's there in 2. Can he make it up and over the ridge and make an eagle to finish down the field? But this would be a nice way to finish your week in Saudi. Gave it a good chance too.
He'll be sitting in front of the TV tonight. Nottingham Forest playing Leicester in the FA Cup.
Big local rivals as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if that birdie can put a spark into Tommy Fleetwood's final round charge. Just an iron off the tee for Tommy, laying up short of that bunker, middle of the fairway.
And on the left side of the fairway to attack the right back pin. I like that play now. Varner with a driver, Tim.
Yeah, Dom, I like that play too from Tommy. The only risk for Harold Varner is, I mean, he's got plenty of power, we know that. It's 300 to carry that bunker in the middle of the fairway. Breeze straight off the left, but you don't want to be in the right half of the fairway or the right rough, because that gives you no angle into this whole location.
Exactly. Well, he's gone way left. Will it catch the fairway? It's trying to come back.
Looks okay.
From far away from the hole, Phil Mickelson birdie attempt.
Now, we saw Adri Arnaus drive it in the right greenside trap yesterday. He'll be looking at the left greenside trap today. Of course, the breeze not as strong as it was Friday, Saturday here at Royal Greens.
Well, you'd think that's good, but actually he's got nothing to work with.
Matthew Wolff. Birdie putt at the 12th. wicket break.
Oh, the leaders are into the back nine in the Saudi International, and the wind, as promised, is picking up just a little bit. Let's pick out some of the highlights of an eventful front nine.
It is a second shot for Arnaus at the second. Hits it in there tight, makes that, and ties Varner for the lead.
Tommy Fleetwood found the green in 2. Parred the opening 3 holes. This was an eagle attempt. He would knock that in for a birdie 4, the first of the day for Tommy Fleetwood.
And Arnaus birdie putt at the 4th, and he would take the lead by 1 stroke.
Varner could have been 4 under par standing over this putt, but he was even par, but finally got 1 to drop, so he moved to red figures for the first time on the day.
And at the 7th, Arnaus heading into this hole 1 stroke behind Varner. Did the unthinkable, the improbable. Chip and eagle at the par 4.
It's never plain sailing on a Sunday. Missing the fairway on the right here on the difficult 9th, and just coming out of the shot and getting a big bounce into the water. He would make a bogey though.
And at this moment, Tommy Fleetwood entered this hole 4 strokes behind Arnaus. Rolls in this nice birdie. Will be 2 strokes behind the leaders.
Back live, and Phil Mickelson for his 4 at 13. So once again, Arnaus and Varner tied at the top of the leaderboard, as they have been for so much of the last 2-3 days here in Saudi. Tommy Fleetwood is 2 back. Matthew Wolff is 3 back.
Playing beautifully this afternoon, 5 under par on his round.
Well below the surface of the green on 11, Kinoshita. Okay, nice touch. He's 4 back.
Bubba Watson's front nine was certainly entertaining. 5 birdies, getting some right into contention. Dropped a shot at 11, but he's still right there, Bubba, on 9 under.
The treacherous 11th.
Lovely shot.
You don't often hear a ball 25 feet away as a lovely shot, but it actually is on the 11th.
Good, intelligent play from Tommy Fleetwood here on the 10th.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a little bit of room to come in left.
And there's 6 behind it. It's 114, yeah, it's the big one, isn't it?
Range 60. See that palm as a start line, and then it's just always moving in.
Yeah, don't be scared to give it some room.
Yeah.
4 off the right, I know, but it's got to be coming down on the pin to just left it, I think. Don't be scared to give it some room, yeah.
Yeah. Just the range on it.
Yeah.
Well, you pretty much heard Tommy and Finno describe exactly what he needs to do. Start it on that palm, give it some room left. 109 left for Fleetwood. Breezes straight off the left. It's on a very nice line. It's very well worked out from Tommy Fleetwood.
Back 9 Sunday, that's where the excitement starts.
Any chance coming up for Westwood as we watch Cameron Smith on the 11th tee. Playing just 150 yards today.
Harold Varner coming out of the rough, but at a much easier angle than Arnaus's. He's got the entire length of green to play with. Oh, that one Misjudged slightly, releases through the back. That's okay though for Varner, but he'd want that one back.
8 pars and a birdie on the front 9 for Harold Varner.
I'm surprised with this club for Matthew Wolff. He hits it down the center of the fairway. There's a chance that the ball could kick to the right and into the water, but happy with that tee shot.
Nice easy yardage for the caddy, right on the red spot.
As Tom was describing, Adri Arnaus, a really good tee shot, all the way up there. Only has 30 yards left. But as Tom was saying, he's got pretty much nothing. He's pitching over so the steepest point over that right-hand side bunker. Everything kicks downhill. He's got a slight downhill lie. Didn't ask Tommy Fleetwood to mark his ball. He's got to look out just a little bit left. Try and play this with lots of spin. I'll tell you what, this is pretty good. This is excellent from Adri Arnaus.
Well, after the double bogey at 11, Bubba Watson comes back with a birdie at 12. He's at 10 under. He's still only 3 behind. Final round of the Saudi International. King Abdullah Economic City. It's the brand new city now building here on the shores of the Red Sea.
It was a touch clumsy from Harold Varner to leave himself over the back. Yeah, as a result, it's just a fall for Varner.
Another par, Tim. He's having to be patient, isn't he?
Certainly so, Doogie. And, well, when it gets breezy, patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue. Possess it if you can. Seldom found in a woman. Never found in man.
I'm quite the philosopher, really, aren't
You
are, but I wondered where you were going with that.
I'm sure we all did, Dom. It was a very good shot from Adri Arnaus. Played it very nicely. Given himself a good opportunity, a decent chance to find a birdie here. Not quite the same line that Harold was putting from, but if anything, it should be just sort of left edge, inside left. And the breeze is coming off the right here. I mean, you can almost make a case for hitting this inside left or straight. So many ways to play this 10th hole. Lay it back like Fleetwood. Try and get it as close as you can like Arnaus. We'll see if the gamble with driver pays off for a second straight day.
Comeback for Adri Arnaus, but the putt slips past as we go to Mickelson at 14.
Birdie putt for Dustin Johnson at the 11th.
Really good opportunity for back-to-back birdies. Tommy takes it, and suddenly Fleetwood right in the mix once more.
Back-to-back birdies. He now moves to within one of the leading pair. He feels he's overdue another win, Tommy.
You know, the data these days, we have so much data with ShotLink and everything. They tell you when you've got room to hit drive and get it as close to the green as possible. Well, Tommy Fleetwood, the way he played that hole just disproves that method. You know, Arnaus, yeah, he had a great second shot, but he really didn't have much room to work with. Fleetwood hit that iron off the tee, gave himself a great angle, a great yardage, and he walks off with a birdie. This man probably should have birdied. Oh, no.
Oh, goodness me. Adri Arnaus. Bogey at 9 and a bogey out of nowhere at 10. That'll feel like 2 drop shots. So Harold Varner now leads on his own again as we go to 12 and Kinoshita.
Arrow straight iron shot. This is feeding up nicely up that hill. That's a really good shot.
Second for Matt Wolff at the 13th. Wind coming from the right.
Just get the geography right. The back 9 heading out to 12. 13, 14, 15 down towards the Red Sea, and then that beautiful 16th, the par 3 along the water, the reachable par 4 17th, and the par 5 18th, all lying await in wait.
This 1,150 yards, not much with the distance as far as what's going to trip up the players, but it's the whole location. It's up here on a tiny tier. Anything to the left, it's a tough up and down out of the bunker. Anything to the right, you'll roll off the green, possibly about 20 yards away from the hole.
Yeah.
There's just been a little spring in the step of Tommy Fleetwood as he candered over to this 11th tee. As Anthony mentioned, it's only 150 yards long, but you know, it's a hard little section to hit. Anything 20 feet past the hole, a little bit right, you know, that's a good shot. Can't afford to miss it in the trap. Can't afford to come up short. This one starting up the right-hand side of the green and just stalling on the breeze.
And anything missed right will gather pace right. That has proven to be a very popular spot, that place on the 11th throughout the week. So Tommy's going to have his work cut out. Walk away with a 3.
The Open champion in 2019, Shane Lowry. Beautiful shot.
Wow, it's blowing a hoolie there, isn't it, on the 16th hole? That breeze is really whipping up.
Now, Varner doesn't want to make the mistake right or left here. As I said, just 20 feet past the flag, a fraction right. You take your 3 and you walk confidently to the 12th. Breeze into his face, off the right. Oh, this one started right and it's just peeling back. It's got to hang on. Oh, it's short of the bunker.
I think he's better off though, unless he doesn't have a stance.
It's a nice round going. Phil Mickelson, 4 under, not a single drop stroke today. This is a chance to get to 5 under for the round.
Tap in for par, and that will keep him at 4 under for the day, Phil Mickelson. Let's return now to blustery conditions at the 11th.
Tim, have you noticed with Arnaud? So I saw him on the second shot on 10. He was loosening his left wrist. I know he's had a problem with it. Richard Kaufman, our colleague, he sent me a note saying he really said, there you go, he really had suffered a lot of pain at the end of last year. And, you know, it looks like it is bothering him.
Yeah, certainly so, Dom. Well spotted. I mean, he doesn't do it over every shot, but certainly the last 20 minutes or so. A strong left wrist here, try and keep that club face under control, and this is hitting well left. Oh, that's going to be a real unpleasant bunker shot left for Arnaus.
He's not in the bunker, he's on the tongue. That's, goodness me.
And as this breeze gets stronger and stronger, let's join Bubba Watson on the 13th. A difficult driving hole, water all the way down the right. Well, it was calm this morning when we arrived at the golf course. Conditions have changed dramatically now. Kinoshita at the 12th hole. Moment ago, Kinoshita 9 under par, and now Xander Schauffele, this for birdie at the 12th to climb to 6 under for the American. Oh, good putt. Good putt. Gosh, it's a world-class field we have assembled here, and that frustrating score around the turn, that double bogey 6 on 9. Looking to get his score back on track, but it's Harold Varner has the slenderest of leads. One shot as we embark on the back 9. Strap yourself in, we're getting to the crunch time here at the Saudi International. No matter how often we see these aerial shots, you just can't get over how breathtaking parts of the golf course are. Certainly as we enter the back 9 and you see that par 3 bordering the shores of the Red Sea, it can be quite the distraction. The hole is going to be no picnic today either. We've got a tough stretch of holes ahead, Dom.
Certainly have, especially with this wind picking up constantly. And it's going to test these players, test their technique, it's going to test their nerve. But it's going to be a fun watch. It's a long walk, isn't it, around this golf course? You see the amount of land it covers.
It's the only grass course on the western coast of Saudi Arabia. They're trying to introduce the game to more and more people. And big plans over the next 10 years. This is the flagship event on the Asian Tour, and how pleased we are to be here. Certainly the Asian Tour players that qualified by virtue of finishing in the top 30 on the Order of Merit. Tom Kim, the Order of Merit champion, is teeing it up this week alongside a host of other stars.
Yeah, it's a new era for the Asian Tour, and a very exciting one. They announced the International Series earlier this week, which will start next month in Black Mountain. Look where he's aiming.
Yeah, you know what? I think this is a sensible play from Adrianos. Do you want to compound the error here? Look out to the left, have it kick a little right. Take your chances trying to hold that putt. Well played, good smart shot from the Spaniard.
Yes, Tim, that was the right play by Arnaus. Had he taken the pin on, there was a chance that he could have rolled to where Tommy Fleetwood's ball is right now.
Yeah, I mean, he could have easily dumped that in the bunker, could have scuttled over to where Tommy is. You know, he's thinking clearly. I know, you know, the head's spinning a bit after that 3-putt at 10. The wrist is bothering him a bit, but, you know, his process has been spot on so far today. Now, Fleetwood got relief from that high traffic area just short right of the 11th. And look, it's not a straightforward up and down, but it certainly could be a lot worse for Tommy. He's got room to play with. Just throw it out to the right, land it 12 feet short, and oh, that's got to hurry. That's got to hurry. Oh, run and mark it, Tommy. Another foot, and that would have rolled right back into his divot. Harold Varner, I think, just about has a stance from the left-hand side. Doesn't have much room to work with. Just got to open up the club face, try and slide it under the ball, just carry it about a yard under the green, and pray it stops quickly. He's pitching back into the wind, though. Yeah, very well played from Harold Varner.
Varner has coaching instruction from Butch Harmon, who has helped his game, as well as his professionals looked after him throughout his career. Butch isn't here this week. Claude Harmon is. I think he's tapped into a bit of advice from him.
Birdie putt for Matthew Wolff at the 13th.
There's work to do now for the 22-year-old. Greens are getting a little bit quicker. It is going to be a tough back nine. Shane Lowry said there's a lot of smelly holes on the back nine, certainly around 12, 13 and 14. But there really is no let-up. A lot of holes that are cross breeze, very difficult to judge.
Yeah, more importantly, all the players in contention have to play the last few holes. No one's in the clubhouse on a good score or a threatening score. And that's a bogey for Tommy Fleetwood.
Speaking of Shane Lowry, this would be an incredibly good two at the 16th hole. What a tee shot in that was. Wow, birdie on 15 and 16. Looking to finish strong, Lowry.
To avoid his first drop stroke today, but more importantly, to keep himself within 3. Well done by Matt Wolff.
Now this would feel like a birdie for Andrey Arnaus after where that tee shot ended up. Coming downhill slightly, wants to wiggle to the left. But that breeze is just sort of strong enough where you feel it could push this ball a little bit further on along, so it could be a fairly slippery one. This would be some 3 for Andrey Arnaus.
Might be quite some 4 as well. He's got work to do for his bogey putt.
Third chop for Dustin Johnson at the 12th. It's hard to believe Dustin Johnson has not won a tournament in just about 1 year.
He certainly knows this tournament very well, a 2-time winner. Harold Varner III is bidding to be the first winner in his career at this championship. 1 win he's had in Australia.
And with the struggles of Fleetwood and Arnaus here on the short 11th, Varner is a really good opportunity to just get a little breathing room. It's a well-played shot from an awkward spot. Still has to start this outside the right lip.
Big up and down that. That is a really impressive putt. That 11th green is high up, maybe the highest spot on this golf course, so it's really windy.
Oh, this is for Arnaus to drop just the 1 shot. Remember, he's made bogey at 9 and 10. So the momentum has just about stopped for Arnaus, but this will be a big putt just to remain in contention. 2 behind as he walks to the 12th hole.
Yeah, absolutely right, Kate. Still no gimme, but putting uphill and into this breeze. Still got to be inside left edge and firm. Want to stay positive here, even on a bogey putt.
And it is another drop shot for Arnaus. All these shots becoming oh so crucial now as we embark on the back nine. And that's 3 bogeys on the trot for the Spaniard. He is now 11 under.
Yeah, and this drop shot for Tommy Fleetwood on 11, it's going to stall his momentum too. Made great progress on 9 and 10, but still very much in it. Anything can happen on this back nine.
It's a 2-shot lead at the top now for Harold Varner III. Another player who's making moves today is Bubba Watson. He's 4 under for the day. Came back down to earth at the 11th, though. He made a double bogey, responded with a 3 at the 12th, and now this approach into 13.
Yes, I wonder how he's going to play it, because the wind is whipping extremely hard from his right to left. I was wondering if he's going to try to hit a trap draw for him, try to curve it in there.
Whatever he did it very well indeed. That's another good look at a birdie for Bubba Watson. Player's been as high as 2nd in the world rankings, 13 wins in his highly decorated career. He only finds himself 3 off the pace. Well, where is the challenge going to come from?
One of the more difficult driving holes is 12th. This dog leg right to left with the wind coming hard from the left.
All right. Yeah.
Stuck on the upslope there, Tommy Fleetwood. Now, Arnaus. Three bogeys in a row. How's he going to respond?
Well, like Anthony mentioned, it's a tough driving hole with the breeze straight off the left. Arnaus looking well left of the fairway here.
Fair bit of venom in that drive after the 3 consecutive drop shots, but he has striped it down the middle of the fairway. That's in a good position, but wow, one of the toughest holes on this back nine, straight into the breeze. Steve Luton is having a good day, and he's got to be enjoying this chance to play with Bubba Watson.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a chat with him on the range. It's a great opportunity for all the Asian Tour players to mix it up with world-class players and to perform well playing with them. Just gives you that extra bit of confidence. We know it's quick from here.
Lots of finger snapping going on the golf course, also in the commentary box as well. These greens are quickening. Well, this was a great shot in from Bubba Watson, and a really good chance to pick up another birdie.
Yes, being a left-hander, he can hit that low trap draw for him, which is a left to right moving shot. And for a right-hander, if you were to take on this shot, they would have to aim towards the water, because there's just no way that a right-hander can hit a low fade hard enough to have that ball hold up. So being advantageous here, being a left-hander, has a chance to make birdie.
Oh, Park grazes the side of the cup. You can talk to a fade, but a hook won't listen. What a career he has had, Bubba Watson. Look at that, 2 major championship victories at the Masters, 2 green jackets for Bubba Watson, 12 PGA Tour victories. Wouldn't it be lovely to add another one? Because he really hasn't played a great deal of golf over the last 6 months. Spent most of his time watching his children play sport. 4 Ryder Cup appearances and, of course, the President's Cup. True star from America on the PGA Tour.
At the 16th, Henrik Stenson. This is going to be a popular spot for the players if they miss the green. And wonderfully played by Stenson.
Stenson 3 under for the championship, 1 under today. So there's a lot of money at stake as well as world ranking points.
At the 14th, Matthew Wolff. Again, just into the wind, off the right.
Back pin at 14.
What happened there? It looked like he made good contact.
Tommy Fleetwood hit the shot of the day, his caddy said yesterday. This shot into the 12th yesterday, where he walked away with a 3 in blustery conditions.
I think he had finished, just lost his pin sheet. He was walking after it, but I think futile in this wind. He's probably got more than one, I'm sure he has.
Harold Varner lost that tee shot out to the right. He's actually in a pretty bare and baked out spot in this right-hand rough. Has 171 left. Pretty straight off the left, and that hole cut tight to the right edge, just 5 paces from it.
It's going to be more into.
This has got to be one of the hardest shots on the back 9.
Like, I don't think this is going to get there.
And there are plenty of them, Kate.
You think this is going to get there?
I think, well, it's 44.
Wind's quartering slightly.
44 from. We want to carry it at least 15, so it's at least 160.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's close to your start target.
25, 27 miles an hour. That's as strong as it's been all week, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah, it's certainly almost as strong as it was on Friday, but it's straight into the breeze and off the left for Harold. Don't want to lose this right, but it's easy to do. Oh, there's a collection area there, and I think he's found it.
It's heading right there. That is going to be a difficult up and down for Harold Varner. See the target and make the ball go there. That's his mantra today, Harold Varner. Not thinking about his swing, just the result.
As Dom mentioned, Tommy just a touch unlucky to end up on this slight upslope, which is going to shoot this ball up into the breeze.
Yeah, and about like shoulders at 63, that's 88, 75. No, it's more across, but you've got to get it out to the left, haven't you?
163 left for Tommy here, and you heard Finno just get it out to the left. He's really starting to pick up now. Try and trap this one nice and low. Keep it out from ballooning up in the wind. Oh, that's a sensational shot. It's got to stay up there. Oh, it's just a yard away from being perfect.
So difficult. Really is a tough assignment out there for the very best. That was one of his shoulder swings, as Ian Finnis calls it. Says Tommy Fleetwood has 4 swings for each club and 4 different distances, certainly when playing into the breeze, and he hit a lot of shoulder swings, as he called it yesterday, navigating his way around this course.
Andre Arnaus, beautiful tee shot straight up the middle. 123 left for the Spaniard, and off a slight downhill lie. Should help him keep this just a touch lower. That's okay for Andre Arnaus.
The first round leader here is Matteo Manassero, looking to get up and down. That would be for a birdie on the 18th. Bit of a nervy shot with that water behind the flag, but this is tracking beautifully down towards the hole. And that's a nice finish for the Italian. Really made an impression on the opening day. He's been in the doldrums with his golf. He slipped out of the world's top 1,500. But good to see him playing well.
And slowly and quietly just hanging around Kinoshita. That's not going to do him any favors.
This is the 12th hole, the final group. Harold Varner III has missed the green to the right. It's fallen down into that collection area. Tim Lowe is with this group, and well, I wonder how he's going to play this one.
Okay, he's actually gotten pretty fortunate. It carried enough speed that it rolled up into a pretty nice line, the first cut of rough. So he'll be able to slide the club under the ball with no trouble here. He is pitching onto a downslope, but he's also pitching back into the wind, so it's a lot simpler shot than we initially thought. He's played that well, but there's still a little bit of cleaning up to do.
Yeah, that's a good 8-9 feet by the looks of it. Putting straight downwind now. That makes it trickier. Matthew Wolff, no idea what happened with his second shot. He's 30, 40 yards short. Oh!
That's going to be a 4 if that goes in for Matthew Wolff. No drop shots on the day, 5 under the card.
Dustin Johnson at the 13th.
Got there, man.
This is the first fairway Dustin Johnson has hit in the last 6 holes, so driving accuracy stats won't be something to write home about. Great distance though he gets. What a player, what a player.
Tommy Fleetwood again, just so unlucky with that second shot to end up down here. He's got to come up and over that little shelf. That should turn pretty hard to the left, but that wind might just sort of hold it up a bit. Still, it's going to be a fairly slow one.
His long putting all week has been wonderful, certainly for pace.
And getting the pace right has been difficult for players putting from this end of the green.
Look, that has not come to rest yet. That's how much the breeze is affecting the ball. Well, it's a grind.
Got the big shoulder to deal with.
Yeah, he does have that shoulder to deal with, Tom. He is coming uphill, and that shoulder's going to kick the ball right, and it should straighten out when he gets to the hole. But the tricky thing about this is he's actually putting across, well, into a crosswind. So as that ball starts to break right, the wind's going to continue to push that ball even further right. Very tricky to judge this one. Certainly taking his time over it. Anything inside sort of 3 feet would be a pretty good result for Adri Arnaus, looking to stop the rot.
And that's a very nice putt, a good read from Adrianos, so that stops the rot. It was 3 consecutive bogeys. He's going to scribble a 4 on the 12th hole. Keeps him 2 off the pace. Remember though, Varner has about a 12-foot putt for a par.
And Matt Wolff trying to save par at the 14th. Wind whipping at his chest at the moment.
First drop shot of the day for the American, the world number 34. Can't afford to give up any shots at this stage of the event.
This would be some four from Harold Varner after a couple of awkward spots. It's pretty flat, but it should be a quicker putt than usual thanks to this breeze. It's a super four from Varner.
Hanging tough.
Well, he's been patient today, Dom, as has this man. Bit of cleaning up to do as well for Tommy Fleetwood. And anyone within 2-3 shots heading into this closing 6-hole stretch definitely has a chance. I mean, there's no easy holes coming in. There are some scoring opportunities, but there's no sort of soft, easy par fours where players will feel comfortable on. So much can happen around the closing stretch here at Royal Greens. Oh, something just like that. My goodness, Tommy Fleetwood.
It's almost like he can't go a day without not missing one of those putts. From what I've seen over the last couple of years with Tommy Fleetwood, that really is disheartening. Up ahead on the 14th, Bubba out of the semi-rough.
He comes up shy as well. Players under clubbing on 14. Matt Wolff a few moments ago, and now Bubba Watson. It's such an exposed part of the golf course. It balloons up into the air and just drops so quickly.
Kinoshita trying to drop this putt for par. '13th, 492-yard par 4, blowing with the wind blowing from right to left and a little bit of help, and obviously the players will do their best to avoid the water on the right. And when they do find the fairway, the second shot, although it is out of the fairway, is not an easy shot because of the pin on the right side with the wind blowing hard from right to left.
It's proven to be the hardest hole today, playing above its par 4.4. And it's difficult from the get-go. Difficult driving hole, gets your attention with that water flanking the fairway all the way down the right-hand side, bunker on the left. And then it's a narrow, skinny green. And with that cross breeze, Tommy Fleetwood yesterday hit his approach and he started it well right over the water and drew it in with the breeze.
Yeah. They have to wait. So this Pablo, well, that's about for a birdie to get to 8 under.
Missed the putt, but we know he's very flexible, clearly.
Three groups on this 13th. Not the hole you really want to be waiting on. To be honest, the tee shot's not that tough for a right-handed golfer with the wind coming off the right. And you just don't want to miss the fairway left if possible. It's the second shot that poses the problem.
Well, the final 9 holes here at the Saudi International. Varner leads by 2. Shane Lowry 5 under through 17. What a round he's constructing. Conditions he's used to, coming from Ireland. It's a good performance by him, and then also some nice scores in as well from Lee Westwood, a 66. He's in the clubhouse to finish the tournament on 3 under par, as well as Barry Henson from the Asian Tour. Pachara Konwatmai started the final day so well, but now finds himself 1 over for his final few holes on Sunday. So not the finish he was hoping for, neither for Tony Finau, who was runner-up here at the Saudi International. He is now in the clubhouse with a round of 69. American 2-time winner on the PGA Tour. Joo Hyung Kim, a 67 in the end for Joo Hyung Kim. He was 6 under through 8 holes early in his final round, came back down to earth.
tee shot on the way for Matthew Wolff. Disappointed.
Yeah. And he lets you know it when he's mad on the golf course, and he might well be very mad because not too sure where that tee shot has gone.
Oh, plug live for Bubba. First time we've seen that this week.
He's only 3 behind, really does need to make that.
Par is a very good score until you get to 18, really. That's where you expect to make a birdie. Looks like it's going to be Cam Smith. Second shot. He's at 9 under. He's really not out of it. Just 1 under for the round today. Only a couple of birdies. Oh.
Well, the 28-year-old from Brisbane has snuck onto the front of the green. It's going to be a lengthy putt. Dustin Johnson's played this hole a few times.
Yeah, he's played it well enough to know how it plays under these conditions. But this hole, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th, you look at the greens in regulation stats in round 2 and 3, which were similar conditions. Just about half the field able to get themselves on the green. So these 3 holes, if you get yourself on the green, you're doing better than the field and making the job a lot easier.
I think that's good. The fairest one on the left.
Good to see a few fans out on this 13th.
After a bit of a wait back on this 13th tee, Harold Varner ready to go, but the breeze is really whipping off the water right now. There's a bunker on the left-hand side that's 299 to clear. The wind's helping slightly, but this is, well, not a straightforward tee shot in this breeze. You've got to look out to the edge of the water. Yeah, that's fine there, just in the left rough for Varner. Adri Anaus, I've seen him, he likes to work a little fade on this hole, and you know, that's really the shot you want to hit. You want to start it at the right edge of the fairway and try to hit a hard cut, holding it into this stiff breeze. And I tell you, it's getting stiffer by the minute here. Really, really whipping. And he's switching over to a driver, and well, this is interesting. I mean, the fairway pinches in a bit when you get past the trap, and it does kick quite hard. If you just carry that bunker, there's a big old mound that spits the ball to the right. It's not going to roll in the water, but I mean, this really narrows up the landing zone for Adri Anaus. Still, the shot's the same. Start it just right edge or right of the fairway and hold a hard cut into this very strong breeze. Excellent swing, wrist not bothering him there.
Oh, that lady holds on to her hat. He holds on to the fairway on 13. That was brave. 3 wood back in the bag, out with the driver. One of the longest players in the field this week. Great position there.
Oh, and for Tommy Fleetwood, same equation. Just try and drill one in low, keep it on the short stuff.
That's a nice drive from Tommy Fleetwood. So he's trying to stay within striking distance. He's 3 back. And this is the par for Watson to also stay 3 behind. Starting to run out of holes. I wonder if the breeze affected that.
Yeah, you saw it just slow down because of the wind. Oh. Well, How hard is it out there now? Wade Ormsby. Just settle.
Well, that needed to take a chair for Wade Ormsby. Wow, you've got to wonder, Varner is currently on 13 under par. If he pars his way in, all of these other players have got to, ratchet up at least a couple of birdies if they're going to eclipse him.
I think 13 under will be the winning score. Actually, 12 under might be the winning score.
Two-putt here would be very, very good. Cameron Smith, one of the best players when it comes to short game skills, and this is going to be a test for the Australian. Wowzers, sit down.
It's really just a guesswork out there at the moment, trying to deal with the wind.
A couple of players have come up short on 14. Trying to get good contact from the desert, from that waste bunker. Kinoshita also coming up short. Not an easy shot, not an easy hole.
The wind is causing havoc. You don't see players of this class misjudge it by 40, 50 yards as he did there. Oh, he's coming out of the desert, but Matthew Wolff, you just don't see it.
This wind, it just feels like you're just trying to hit through a big bucket of water, trying to send a golf ball. You can't hit a golf ball hard enough to send it through water, and that's what the players are facing at the moment.
As the players always point out, the hardest part of the game in these conditions is this part on the greens. Just a gust threw him off balance. Maybe he didn't get the right read. Wasn't comfortable standing over it. Quite often you read a putt, and when you stand over it, you see a different line.
It's going to be a 4 for Dustin Johnson at the 13th. But he's going to bag and have to collect a few birdies on the way in. He's 7 under par, 6 behind. We know he's capable of. He's shot a 61 before. He's going to birdie all his way in to stand any kind of chance today.
Matthew Wolff just pitched out of the desert area to here. As a result, it'll be his 3rd shot into this par 4. Once again, wind howling from the right for Wolff.
Well, it's right at it, but it's so hard to get close. There's a war of attrition out there. It is tough. This would be a good 2-putt from Cameron Smith. He was at the front edge of the green on 13. This to walk away with a 4.
Five's not a certainty. It's going to be interesting this next hour, hour and a half.
Kinoshita's getting closer to the 14th green. Wayward Drive had to hit out from the desert, so this is now his approach on the par 4. Pin is all the way back.
Looks like he's just going to try to play it off of his right foot and just trap one. Run it as low as he can.
Needs to giddy up and stay. There's a slope there.
Not made a birdie all day, Ormsby. Not going to make one here. Be happy with a par. Yes, he will be. Double bogeyed the second. Nothing else. All pars.
Well, in the right-hand bunker is the American Xander Schauffele.
That was probably his 60 or 58 in his hand up. He's gone to probably his 54 or 55 degree wedge, because he wants this to come out a little lower, penetrate the wind. He can land this a foot from the hole and it won't go anywhere. Easier said than done, of course. Almost.
One of several players that carries a 7-wood in the golf bag, as well as Dustin Johnson. Only women carry 7-woods. The boys are at it too.
Oh, Adri Arnaus, 167 left for the Spaniard. Nice flat lie in the middle of the fairway. Pin cut close to the water on the right. Oh, that's going to use the slope nicely. Keep coming, keep coming. That's a super shot under these circumstances for Adri Arnaus.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. That is some shot, because he probably had to take it over the right edge of the green, flirting with the water on the right side.
Oh, yeah, I think he started it almost into the water on the right-hand side, but it's worked out well. Now Varner out of the left rough. It's an okay lie, 158 left for Harold, but it's a slight uphill lie, so it's going to pop up into the breeze a little bit more. He tried to trap that. He started this well out in the middle of the water, and it's working back beautifully. Now, it's going to be on the wrong side of that slope, but that's okay for Harold Varner on the green. Now Fleetwood, just a yard closer, 157 left for Tommy, and he's also got a slight downhill line, but that ball's just a touch below his feet. So it should help him try and hold a low fade into this wind. Oh, he's compressed that. It's got to settle down. Oh, goodness me. Over the back goes Fleetwood.
And it's fast. From there, we saw Wade Ormsby whiz one by a few moments ago. So these greens very, very difficult to get the pace of. Now Pablo Larrazabal. Yeah, lovely. Good spin. Well, conditions, it is tough out there. We are on the back nine of the Saudi International, and we've got a whole fleet of players trying to keep Harold Varner in their sights.
Credit to Craig Masrosas, our on-site meteorologist. He called it absolutely right, almost to the minute. He told us it was going to blow up hard in the afternoon, just around the time that we just turned on to the back nine. That's exactly what's happened.
Well, drove it in the desert, had to chip out. Hit it to here, his third, and that's going to be, wow, that's, look at that. Don't see a player of this class misjudge a putt that much. They're all putts for pars at the moment.
Much the same for Xander Schauffele here. It was 5 under par heading into the 14th hole, and bogey. Still a respectable round today if he can keep it together coming back to the clubhouse.
Just looking at our computer screen, the front 9 was awash with red figures, signifying birdies. The back 9, lots of black and blue. They're getting bruised out there.
Well, a little bit exuberant from Fleetwood with that second shot, but again, it's just so hard. These conditions are, I think as one of you mentioned, it's a war of attrition out here right now on the back 9 at Royal Greens. Tommy's drawn a nice line in the rough, down grain in the wispy stuff. Pitching downhill, but into the breeze. Should start to swing right, needs to settle down. Okay, that's okay.
Pablo Larrazabal wants to say par from the bunker. Well done. Well, Pablo moves into the top 10, 7 under. And it really is developing into one of those final days when fewest mistakes wins. I don't think we're going to see many birdies. If we do, they'll be gold dust.
Well, Harold Varner safely on the green, but I mean, this is a tough 2-putt. In calm conditions, it's going to go up, over a rise, flatten out for a bit, then take a slope, head down back to the right. It's very slow into the wind. Very easy to leave this one short. You just got to stay committed and trust it. It's a super bit of touch from Varner. Putter's behaving well now. That's probably one of the best shots you're going to see into this 13th hole all week long from Adri Arnaus. It's a tricky putt, this, because you feel it should want to move just a fraction left on the slope, but this breeze is so strong, I reckon it's going to just hit that ball and keep it straight. So this is, I would say, almost a straight putt for Adri Arnaus. It's gently downhill, but well, he needs something to go his way, and there's really no better hole to find a birdie on than 13 this Sunday afternoon.
Second at 14th for Cameron Smith. Can he get the right club?
Best we've seen for a while there on 14.
Well, this now a must make for Tommy. Not just for a par, but just for his confidence with the flat stick. Straight down wind putt. Shouldn't move too much. Just got to get this started and stay positive.
That's a good par. Sequence of 2 birdies, 2 bogeys. Didn't want to add to it with another bogey, so Fleetwood remains at 10 under. He's only 3 back.
Bubba from a downslope. Keep it low is what he wants to do. Oh, what a shot. Come on, keep coming. That's going to get closer. Par putt for Varner. Well done. That's a great 2-putt for our leader. He's got a 2-shot lead with 5 holes left to play.
Over 5 years since his only win, Harold Varner, and he's only had 2 top 3s since that win. So this really would be career changing for the American as Arnaus pulls out. What sort of challenge is the 14th presenting then, Anthony?
Well, it's just 433 yards, but it is the wind once again coming into the players off the right. So this round bunker here, that's a problem for some of the medium length hitters. And the second shot has been proven problematic for these players trying to pick the right club, especially to try to get it to the pin all the way in the back corner. Just getting it on the green will be a successful second shot.
Second hardest hole, 7 birdies, 19 bogeys.
There's a terrific 2-putt par from Harold Varner. He's still got the lead and the honor. Look out to the right here. Breeze straight off the right-hand side. That's turning left hard. Needs a soft bounce for Varner. Arnaus looks to be a driver in hand. Again, he looks a lot more comfortable on holes that the breeze blows left to right, or right to left, beg your pardon, because he likes to work a little hard fade against it, especially when he's giving it the full send. Caught one of the 2 bunkers on the right-hand side of this hole on day 2. That's going to have to be a start line today. So not that round bunker in the middle of the fairway. The far 2 traps on the right-hand side.
Wade Ormsby has been playing power golf all day, apart from that double bogey at the second. What a good putt. What a sensational putt. Oh. What a way to end a run of pars. Now Arnaus. Wind's caught this one.
It could be on an uphill lie. It's going to prove problematic. Now, Tommy Fleetwood does not like this hole. Played it 2 over par so far this week.
Yeah, and it's do or die time for the Englishman. Breeze is very strong now, straight off the right, touch of hurt. And up quickly with the tee, normally a good sign.
He won't mind that. That's almost better than being in the fairway. Don't get as much spin on the ball. Now, the beautiful 16th. Maybe not when you're playing it today. Oh.
Nearly caught a photographer on the hill on the ankle there. Didn't see it coming. Coming down to the business end of the tournament, it's still Harold Varner leading Adrian Aus by 2. Varner was tied for second after the first round behind Matteo Manassero, and he tied for the lead after the second round and led in his own after the third round. So not quite wire to wire, but he's been up there for a long time. It brings its own pressures, as we know. Coped with them well so far, though, the man from North Carolina.
Second shot for Matt Wolff, 16th. Yeah, even a chip shot of this length, still trying to get the strength and the direction of the wind. Look at that ball just getting pushed by the wind. For birdie for Smith. 14th.
15th, and a birdie chance for Bubba Watson as the wind got it. There's a lot of head scratching going on here.
Dustin Johnson. Par attempt.
The last couple of days it's just been so frustrating for the defending champion. Just cannot find a putting stroke that's working for him. Heading for his worst ever finish in 4 years of the Saudi International, and that's probably going to be top 10.
All three players in the left rough here on 14. It's going to be Harold Varner first to play from 162, but Adri Arnaus has drawn a horrible lie in this left rough. It's not so bad for Varner.
On that finishing on that palm tree, right in between the flag and the bottom. You like
It's a steady breeze.
I think it's playing doesn't have low too hard to get it lower. I don't think 6 gets there. I'm really just trying to get it in.
Yeah. I mean, the only advantage
Take these two. Chris Rice.
Feeling like
Rice
playing
see at the front of his scorecard holder.
I agree.
Lynchbook holder.
That's a fair way then.
Well, I know, but it's rough and starting to lay down there. I just don't know.
I mean, if we hit it long, it goes all down with the dog, you'd see better off. You don't think it's going to get 64, I mean, it's 48 cover on that palm tree. I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, that'll give you an idea of how strong the wind is out here. That towel stalled in the air. Pretty sure this ball will as well. Fairly certain coming out of the fairway, out of the rough, beg your pardon, this ball shouldn't have too much spin on it, so it should help Harold Varner. Lost it short right yesterday, can't afford to do that again today. Much better contact, but this one's stalling just a fraction. Oh, it splashes into the sand. Testing those sand save skills once again now. I talked about that live for Adri Arnaus. A couple of us were down here looking for it and couldn't see it from about 3 feet away, so he's just got to gouge this one out. It's a rough and light. Anything on the front edge of the green, if you can carry it there, you know, take your chances with a 2-putt. Don't need to be brave and try to get it to the middle level, have it release on. Just anything on the dance floor and up the left is okay. 157 left for Arnaus. This one heading right. The wind's hitting it as well. Oh, I think that's short of the bunker.
Par saving putt for Matthew Wolff at 16. Another one gone. Now Fleetwood. The reaction says it all. That's just going to be horrible from where he is now. As we said, Damage limitation, fewest mistakes. It's a tough final day at Saudi. Strolling round the front nine with a big smile on their faces, making birdies here
Keith
and
Tim.
there. But they knew what was likely to happen in the back nine. And now reality has set in.
And they were playing quite briskly on that front nine because of the conditions, and now it's obviously slowed up a bit. Coming to the end of the tournament, the pressure mounts.
Not many easy shots, Dom. Not now.
No, not at all. Not till really 17 and 18 played downwind, but the flag on 17, it's just tucked behind the left bunker. That's going to be really hard to get it close when it's downwind. They've got to really think what they want to do off the tee shot. Then 18, of course, is a birdie opportunity, but we saw yesterday a few guys drive it in the water. Billie Jean King said, pressure is a privilege. You want to put yourself in this position. That's why you play the game.
No, Adriano's short of the bunker. Right of this 14th green, and well, it's a nice lie in the fairway, pitching straight into the wind, so definitely get tons of spin on this one. I think the shot, if he's brave enough, just try to pitch at the full distance, definitely get lots of spin on this. Easy to come up short. It's an important up and down for Arnaus here. He's rehearsing like he's trying to play a little low stab and run. Oh, that was a curious shot and a big mistake.
It didn't take much time over that. The moment he stepped over it, he pulled the trigger.
Took about 4 times longer talking about it than he did to actually play the shot.
Tommy Fleetwood now. It was a poor second shot from Tommy, but he's got a nice line this in the first kind of rough. Got a pitch over the corner of that bunker at the back of the green. Not a ton of room to work with. It's okay, but he's under pressure to walk away with a 4 here.
See the wind, but you can certainly see the effects of it.
We've seen it a couple of times this week, more than a couple of times. Harold Varner III is brilliant from the sand, and this bunker shot going into the wind. He had that wonderful shot in 15 yesterday where it just stalled in the wind and came down soft with spin, similar to that, but ooh, goodness me. Close to the commentators, he's caught that off the bottom groove.
Yeah, but that was such a tough shot. He had to get close to the ball because he needed to clear that little ledge because there was no chunk and run in that shot. The ball would never get to the hole, but just got it a little too cleanly. Now, Bubba, he's really not out of it. Now, if he can finish strongly, that's not bad. That's okay there.
Wind blowing hard off the Red Sea. Let's get back to 14 and the troubles of the final 3-ball.
Yeah, Harold Varner hasn't lost his turn. And now he's going to be pitching straight back downwind. There's a little hill or a little mound where he was standing just a moment ago. So he's got to clear that, and then everything scuttles away from him towards the hole. There's not that much room. Want to bump it into the face, or... Oh, needs to go, needs to go. Oh, he does not like this 14th hole, Harold Varner.
Just looking at some of the scores of the players already been through this difficult stretch of cold through the back nine. Gavin Green, 4 bogeys in 5 holes. Matthew Wolff, 3 consecutive bogeys. Paul Casey, double bogey and then 3 bogeys. It's just a really difficult stretch of holes.
Matt Wolff waited for the green to clear up ahead on this par 4. Straight downwind. That's an okay spot for that hole location.
Absolutely. Choosing the putter, I think this is a good option.
Oh, absolutely, Dom. Sticky surrounds here at Royal Greens, up and over the slope. Oh, so very nearly a good par, but that's not stowed in yet for Adrianos.
Par putt at 15 for Pablo Larrazabal, and he makes it. Gets through another hole without any damage. 4 pars in a row for Pablo.
Similar putt, or similar line for Harold Varner than what faced Adrianos from the back of the green. It's from the very top of that crest. And it's going to be a slick one. You just saw Arnaus's ball roll out another couple of feet. Got to be careful here, Varner. Easy to let this one go trundling by.
Bogey 6.
Oh, this 14th hole is basically all about survival.
And they're not.
And you know what? All of a sudden, Tommy Fleetwood, despite some of the putting troubles he's had, he's right back in it.
He holds this, he's got a share of the lead. Birdie. Still only 2 behind though.
Yeah, no gimme at this stage of the championship, especially in these conditions for Adrianos. There's a big old scoreboard right at the back of this 14th green. All 3 players had a look. They know where they stand. And as Anthony mentioned, it's just about surviving 14, 15, 16. There's opportunities await on 17 and 18.
Should this go in for Bubba Watson? He is right back in the thick of things.
Good try. Here's 15 though.
Yep. Sharp dogleg from right to left. 427 yards. Tee shot straight into the teeth of the wind, and not a wide fairway either. Trouble both sides. And then the second shot, well, it's still into the wind, but more off the right. And, well, it's been problematic. Runoff area to the right, over. You can try and land it short and try and use that slope, but, I mean, At the moment, I think anything on the green will be gladly accepted. Now on the 16th tee, Razabal. So easy to lose this right. Oh, what a shot.
Five-time winner, Pablo Larrazabal, last of them at one of the great golf courses of the world, Leopard Creek in South Africa, right on the edge of the Kruger Game Reserve. The Alfred Dunhill Championship, that was 2019. He has won in the desert, Pablo, won in Abu Dhabi in 2014. From what I remember, it wasn't blowing a hoolie like this. There's how the 16th has been playing. It's the 6th hardest hole, 10 birdies.
That stroke average is only going one way. 3.11, it might finish at 3.2 when all the players have gone through it. Now Sander Schauffele really struggled the last few holes, bogey on 14, 15.
At the 18th, third shot for Phil Mickelson. This par 5.
Players will be looking forward to stepping onto that 17th tee and have a little bit of respite.
Okay, Adri Arnaus with a driver, breeze into his face and off the right. Should set up well for him. It's leaking a fraction. Tommy Fleetwood hasn't had his best stuff today, but he's still in it. He's a proper grinder and fighter. Teeing this one down, looking out right. It's a good looking tee shot for Tommy Fleetwood.
3 players in the final group are 1 over for their round today.
Varner. Breeze more off the right, still hurting. He's definitely got to look right edge of the fairway here. Don't want to be losing this left. Certainly started right, looks good.
Cameron Smith. Was it even par for the day? It's got to be another par. The leaders on the 15th on the Saudi International. It's still Varner by 1 from Arnaus and 2 from Watson and Fleetwood. Steve Luton dropped a shot at the second, picked up 3 more birdies, or 3 birdies in the front 9, and has parred his way around the back 9, so he's up to 5th place. Could be a big week for Steve Luton of England. Dustin Johnson tied 10th, the defending champion Phil Mickelson on the last, just inside the top 20. Hopefully his final shot of the day. 68. That's good scoring.
Well, this is the side to be coming in from on 17. Lots of room to work with.
The wind is howling for Wolf. That's not my line, that's our producer's line. He's the one singing the blues. Howling for everybody. It really is difficult. Those holes down by the Red Sea.
Putting back into the wind. Right to left. No. Well, that's his chance gone. Thought if he could finish birdie eagle, post 10 under, you never know. It's a good score.
Well, we expected it. The breeze is up. There's no breezier part of the golf course than right out here on the coast of the Red Sea. 3 good tee shots from the final group here. Adri Arnaus, well, I have him a touch closer than Harold Varner, but I think he might go first just on the angle. 90 left for Arnaus, and he's found the fairway, but he's got a hook lie. That's not going to be easy playing into this 15th green with the breeze stiff off the right and helping just a fraction. That hole, the back portion of the green, 34 on, just 5 from the left, and it's a bit of an optical illusion, this whole location today. It looks from the fairway like it's sitting in the center of the green, but when you actually get up to the green, the players will know this with their pin sheets and yardage books. And there's only 5 paces before you get into the left edge of the green. Having said that, there's a big old slope about 10 paces short of the whole location that will carry the ball to the right and down to this lower back section. And what you don't want to do is miss this green left. It's a tough assignment, this shot. Have been keeping an eye on that wrist, and it hasn't been bothering him as much over the last couple of holes. Of course, as I say that, he stretches it out a touch. He's going to need to knock it down, really control that club face. Don't want to lose this ball left here. He started that well right, but the wind's not hitting it. Rather befuddling for Adri Arnaus. Varner, much flatter lie in the middle of the fairway. Remember yesterday he found that trap short. Definitely don't want to do it today with the Sunday hole location. Look out to the right edge of the green. Just trust that the wind's going to bring it back.
Steve Luton, the world number 524. Tall man, big hitter. Been playing his golf on the Corn Ferry Tour for the last couple of years, but a winner on the Asian Tour.
If he could finish birdie, Luton, he could pick up a check over $200,000.
173 left for Tommy. It's a good angle from he's hit it this left edge of the fairway. Started right of the TV tower, drifted on the wind. I wouldn't call it a good chance to stick one close, but it's one he has to take.
Unlucky.
That was a good-looking shot. It
Wasn't it?
must have been. Goodness me, now. Razabal, after that fantastic tee shot, got to hit it. Oh, he had the line too, I think.
Oh, just with a good drive here for Bubba. Oh, that is the wrong side to miss it to.
Well done, the Spaniard. He stays tied for 7th at 7 under.
How brave will you be to try to get this tee shot close to the hole? Have to really aim towards or even inside into the red sea to have the ball come down near the pin.
Andre Arnaus, from short right of his 15th green, has got a putter out. He's got a good, gosh, I want to say 15 yards of sticky paspalum fairway to go through, uphill, downwind at that. Then it kicks right off that little shoulder. It should start moving back right towards the hole, but only just. I mean, this is a play I didn't see. I thought he'd try and nip one with a bit of spin, take that steep slope out of play, but clearly he feels most comfortable with this. It's tricky because these fairways, they're sticky and they're slow. You really got to give this a good wallop, and downwind, that's not easy to do. He's managed very well.
So well, hasn't he? Oh.
I'm not sure. He went between those two sprinkler heads. That surely wasn't his line. But hey, it's worked out.
It is now.
Abraham Answer putting together an unbelievable round today. 3 under without a drop stroke on his scorecard.
About to be 4 under, I think, Andy. What a round, you're right.
Tommy, a little bit unlucky to end up here. It's a fairly straightforward pitch back into the wind. Green moves away from him a bit, and I could just see the wind stall that ball there. The wind's gone out of Tommy's sails, unfortunately.
Maybe another par-saving putt for Fleetwood. 2 behind Varner, remember.
Well, it's a similar kind of putt that Varner had back on 13. I mean, one less slope to deal with. It's one of those, you're coming up and over a rise, it's moving to the right, but you're putting back into the wind, so that should negate that second half of the putt that sort of trundles downhill. You know, without breeze, you're worried about losing this off to the right and having it roll out off that downslope. But with this breeze, you know, I'd say it's still going to go left to right, but he can almost treat it as a flat putt, if you get what I mean.
Neiman. Playing the shot and then running up the slope after it. Who does that remind you of?
His mentor, Sergio Garcia. Big putt.
Absolutely, Dom. Gotta have it. It's pretty straight, but he needs to be aggressive with this putt. Never look settled over it. The task got just a bit harder for Tommy. To be fair, they're all big putts for this final group on the 15th. Varner's still coming downhill slightly. But again, this breeze has been such a big factor throughout the course of this championship. It's a putt where you'd normally try and just trickle in the front edge, but I won't imagine hitting the back of the cup here.
I love how you keep calling it a breeze, Tim. At what point does it become a wind?
I've been out here for 4 days, Doogie. I'm getting used to it at this point.
You must be.
Some par for Harold Varner, inching his way closer. I questioned that decision from Adrianaus, but it's worked out quite nicely. Still a bit of cleaning up to do for his par. So putting from the opposite side of Varner, so he's putting slightly uphill, but down breeze. Still gotta have it. Tough 16th to play. On the right edge, or inside right edge if he so chooses.
Some up and down from Adrianaus.
Came out of the bunker. Nothing he could do to get any closer to this than this. And oh my goodness, Bubba Watson. One back with the 18th to play. Par 5 that he can reach today with probably a mid-iron. Maybe even a mid to short iron.
Cameron Smith to get to within 2 with 2 to play.
Oh, had to give it a chance, but didn't. And there it is. That's the trophy, the Saudi International Trophy. Dustin Johnson's won it twice. Graham McDowell has won it once. There's going to be a new name on the trophy this year.
Oh, Steve, what a brilliant second shot he must have played to get to that spot. You know, I said just now if he'd finished birdie, he could have picked up a check for over $200,000. If he'd finished birdie, he could have picked up the biggest check. Unless it wasn't a birdie on 17, and you can see the disappointment.
Johnny Vegas playing with Abraham Ancer and also having a very good day. That's terrific golf. Mexican and the Venezuelan. 66 today, with the bulk of his round played in tough conditions. That's great golf.
Has been a trying day for Wade Ormsby. Caught up in tough conditions. 2 over par for his round. This will be for a par.
He takes the prize for the longest putt of the week, though, doesn't he? Absolute monster at 14. Mansa playing with Vegas. Can he hold out to complete a splendid day's work? He can. Well done, Abraham Ansa. 66. And he and Jonathan Vegas both finish 7 under par, climbing the leaderboard dramatically.
Smith to stay at 8 under. Okay. You almost have to say Bubba's tied for the lead, even though he's one back, but with Varner standing on this very difficult 16th tee, par would be a terrific score for the American.
Looking back from behind the 16th, blowing hard off the Red Sea.
The 181 today. Hole cut was 6 paces from the right, 18 on. Similar location to where it was on day 1, on that little shelf, a tiny shelf on the middle front right section of the green. But as you say, Doogie, I mean, this 16th hole, it's playing almost like a par 3.5. The only way to get it close is start it pretty much in the middle of the Red Sea and trust that that breeze slings it back. That one's starting very low on the left-hand side. I don't think he got all of it. Oh, definitely did not get all of it.
It's in among the rocks on the beach.
Not really what Harold Varner would have liked to see.
At the 18th, Matt Wolff. Second shot.
Looks like a wedge, Anthony. Looks like a sand wedge.
This could be the shot of the tournament for Varner here.
Well, hardly surprising. He's going to get relief.
Yeah, Harold Varner will definitely get relief from where his tee shots ended up. Tommy Fleetwood. Dare he turn a low draw up against the breeze on the left side of this green? It's the only way to get it close. All things considered, that's pretty good from Tommy Fleetwood.
Well, this could be fun. Bubba Watson on the last.
Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Whoa, steady. Steady.
Reminder of how it looks in the PIF Saudi International. Harold Varner by 1 from Bubba Watson and Andri Arnaus. Luton, Smith, Fleetwood all on 8 under. Vegas and Ansa in at 7 under. Shane Lowry a 66, Takumi Kanaya 67, Henrik Stenson a 67. Been a good week for Henrik. 69 for Phil Mickelson, 69 for Lee Westwood and for Barry Henson. Lucas Herbert 67, Thomas Peters 67. But the bulk of those low scores, these scores around 66, 67, were made this morning, but it was flat cam pretty much. That's not to decry the efforts. But Mark Leishman's 64 was obviously excellent, so as with Jazz Jane Watananond. Ju Yong Kim, the Asian #1, really had it going early on. 6 under after 8, but then fell away. Now that's the ball of Andri Arnaus. He's on the rocks.
Yeah, you had to see it, Doogie. Just had to see it. It's teed up for you. If he wants to get relief from that penalty area, he's, you know, that ball started well left. You know, he'd almost be dropping it. He'd almost be better off going back to the tee and trying to hit that one again, because it certainly wasn't turning left to where it is. It's got a bunch of rules officials and Asian Tour's Jiti Tamprasad out by the side of the screen as well.
Well, Ted, they're actually moving the rocks to see if they can actually attempt to play the shot.
Oh, it takes a brave man to do that, Anthony, and you know, anything could happen from down here, especially with a bad wrist like what Arnaus has been struggling with.
Tell you what, they're going to need the touch of a surgeon.
They need the mind of a madman to take this one on.
That's not an option.
It can't be, surely. He's got a club out.
He's looking left, Steve Luton. Oh, nice. Oh, that's lovely. He smashed it. That could have gone in the water. He just hit a nice, easy cut down there. And that settle. Oh, that makes a big difference. Just getting into that thickish rough.
Matt Wolff for a closing eagle. He'll make birdie though, surely.
Lara Thabal.
Bueno, igual es casi igual, a ver si le pegas no puedes ir para arriba y no, pero por eso para arriba va bien, yo le daba.
I think Andri wants to hit this, doesn't he?
No entré, pero es que pesa bastante esa.
I think when he moves the stones around his board, the ball's going to move.
Well, Harold Varner, meanwhile, on the other side of the screen, got a huge break, took relief from the hospitality, got it in the easier drop zone. Just tentative with that. It was a fairly straightforward pitch into the breeze. Work cut out for Varner. But I am, as you mentioned, Dom, I am very surprised that Arnaus is even contemplating trying to not only play this shot.
Wolf for a closing birdie. This for a 67. Yes, well played, Matt Wolf. He had a couple of bad runs. He had 3 bogeys in a row yesterday and again today on the back 9. But still a 67 for 8 under. And apart from round 3, that was really good stuff from Matt Wolf, playing with Paul Casey, who had a 72, and Brad Kennedy, who finished with a 60. What about this? Oh. Wow, that was a gamble. It might just have come off. But hey, you're 1 shot behind and what would be the biggest win of your career. Not a chance I would be wanting to take, surely.
Yeah, I guess it's quite fragile, the stones. He probably thought he could get the club and it will break into pieces. It did look like it did, but still, it was a big risk. It came off.
Soft rocks, huh?
And Fleetwood trying to get to 9 under. Second shot for Luton. Just out of the rough, but it is a short club.
Yeah, this is potentially a life-changing moment for Steve Luton. You can pop that putt in. Goodness me.
Lara Fabal. Ooh. Anxious moments there. Yeah, he can smile now. It dropped.
Now this would be just an absurd 3 if I ever saw one from Adri Arnaus. He knows what it does from Tommy's putt. You know, Fleetwood's ball never reached the hole, but it swings right as it makes its way up the shelf. Now he's given it a chance. That's a good 4, all things considered, for Arnaus.
Telling me there could yet be some drama to come in this Saudi International, and it might come from this man.
Yeah, just no more than 140 yards to the hole.
That'll be a putt for Eagle.
And to post 12 under, Dougie. Makes Eagle. This to stay at 11 under.
And really slow into this stiff wind. Gotta hit it. Oh, he's missed left again. It's so easy to do.
Wow, would you believe it? Harold Varner is once again tied at the top of the leaderboard, but it's not with Adri Arnaus now, it's Bubba Watson. Anywhere, we're going to have some drama to come in the final holes of the Saudi International. Bubba Watson shares the lead. He's written a book called Up and Down. The mental health problems that he's had recently, had a very tough time, and he's been very open about it, to his great credit, between about 2015 2017. Fortunately recovered, came back out 2018, won 3 times on tour. Happily he's a much happier, settled man these days, which is good to see. He's a lovely fella, Bubba Watson, and he went through a tough time, and all credit to him for being open about it, because that will help others who have the same problems with anxiety and depression. As I say, he's been very open about it. We're not talking out of turn by any means.
And the final group has reached the 17th hole, a short par 4 with the option of trying to attempt to drive the green as it is blowing straight downwind. If not, you just lay up here to the right side of the fairway for a short iron onto this green. But if you do go for this pin, you do have to miss it to the right, because the whole location cut tightly on the left edge of the green.
I think it's going to be a long way. See Smith and Dustin Johnson's group just making their way to the green, and with Arnaus's power, he may have to wait for the green to clear. So we'll go up to 18 to see Joachim Niemann. Drove it into the water, so this is his 4th. He's going to use the slope there. Is it going to get there? Yes, it will. And now it should just feed to about 6 feet. Pretty good shot.
Good day for Joachim. 1 over after 5. Got 3 birdies since, and he's parred his way down the difficult back 9. Now, what about Steve Luton? You guys know him well. He spent a lot of his career on the Asian Tour. On the Taiwan Masters back in 2014.
Yeah, I mean, he's been battling away for a long time in his career, and his game is steadily improving. He said spending a year on the Corn Ferry Tour, he's really learned how to score low, because you have to on that tour. Now this eagle putt would get him to 10 under, but with Bubba sitting where he is, he's going to go to 11 under at least. So, but still, I mean, Luton can get a top 3 or 4 finish. And as we're saying, this is a $5 million event.
You certainly gave it a chance. From Northampton, plays out of Woburn. Been in pretty good form so far in 2022. The top 10 and the top 20 in the 2 Singapore events, the 2 final events of last year's Asian Tour, just a couple of weeks ago. And this is a spectacular start to the new season for Steve Luton. As Dom says, $5 million prize fund, $1 million to the champion. Watson now, 43, 2-time Masters champion. This for an eagle to set the target at 12 under par. And he's made it. What a putt! What a performance by Bubba Watson. 64, and tough conditions here in Saudi. Now Harold Varner has to do something pretty spectacular in his 2 final holes, but what a putt that was. What a drive. What an approach.
Do you think it means anything? A 2-time major champion, and it still means this much.
Wow. We're going to see another American champion. It's looking awfully like it. Bubba Watson with Harold Varner coming up behind, and Adriano's not out of it.
it was a very brave tee shot because the water's in play for Bubba. He had to hit it over those bunkers. Any slight push and he'd have to drop and play for 3. Now Niemann, this is for a par to spoil a fantastic back 9 if he doesn't make this. Well done. He deserved it.
68 with just 1 bogey on the card, and that was in the front 9. Good week's work. 65, 72 and 2 68s to finish for Joaquin Niemann. And this will be worth much gold. Well done, Steve Luton. 38-year-old, world number 524. What a great week. 4 sub-70 rounds. Currently 3rd at 9 under par. 3rd on his own is worth $300,000.
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks, man.
Good job.
Well, Watson finished birdie eagle.
Yeah, this birdie putt on the 17th. That putt got him to within 1 of the lead at that time.
And after 2 great shots on this par 5 18th, look at this putt. Was it going to get there? Oh, it certainly did.
64 for 12 under par.
Hey, what'd you hit in there? Yeah.
Bubba
mean, it's
Watson's
pumped.
second 64 of the week.
I went 56, yeah. Show off, you know, much further left off the tee, though. No, that's what we got down there and I didn't see the fairway. I was like, uh-oh.
Watson starting the tournament and finishing it with a 64 as we go to Kinoshita at 18.
Those 2 bunkers, not a bad spot. To be honest, you can use the slope, you can hit a little chunk and run, take the water out of play, and it will collect down there. Now, Smith on 17 at 8 under. It's just out of reach. Even if he makes this, you feel there's something ridiculous happens on 18.
Just nothing happening for Smith on the back 9 on this golf course. Currently even par. So it just hasn't been a friend to him this week, this back 9.
Dustin Johnson's reign as Saudi international champion is over. In fact, it will be his worst finish in 4 years. First, second, first. The last 3 editions. To do that a whole lot more often. He's hit some great shots, but he just hasn't been able to hold the putts, has he?
No, absolutely right. Had some poor shots just at the wrong times too, but the putter didn't cooperate. Basically the whole week, certainly the weekend. Close to the water, but he got away with it. How brave is he going to be? He's going to take the pin on. Yes, he certainly is. Oh, what a shot.
I think we're just about ready for the final group to play their tee shots at 17, Tim.
Yes, we are, Doogie, and they have absolutely no idea what Bubba Watson's just done on the 18th. The blissfully unaware. So Harold Varner probably thinks he still has the sole lead or a share of the lead. He was set for a very dramatic finish here, especially with these closing 2 holes. 17 straight downwind off the left today. It'll be Fleetwood first to go. So where that hole is cut, if you just miss this green, you go for it. I mean, all 3 of these players should be able to get it to that second fairway. You launch one up there, ride the breeze. Even if you're in the right rough, it gives you a better angle than if you're on the left side of this hole, especially downwind. Got to be on the right-hand side here.
Quite a long wait before playing this tee shot, which obviously doesn't help. It's going right from Tommy Fleetwood. To the desert sand. Arnaus needs something pretty well impossible. He needs to finish birdie eagle, doesn't he?
He needs a bubble finish.
Yeah.
Well, he's got plenty of power. We've seen that before. The breeze today on 17 feels stronger than it was yesterday afternoon when he hit it just over the back right. And he ended up in one of those traps on the right. That's not a terribly difficult bunker shot. This one leaking out to the right just a fraction. Ooh, it's hit it down into the desert. It's all going to depend on where that comes to rest.
I think he's got a clear shot, but it's a difficult one.
I'll report back when I get there, Don. Now, Varner. Got to be courageous here. Aim it just left of the green. Breeze is helping and off the left. You want to be up the right-hand side on this penultimate hole. Oh, and he's found the trap on the left-hand side. That's going to be a tough up and down, even for Harold Varner.
He needs to play those last 2 holes in 2 under par for a playoff.
Third shot for Kinoshita in the 18th.
Go in. This could go in.
Well done, Pablo, acknowledging a terrific shot from his Japanese playing partner. Been a good week for Yosuke Kinoshita. That was just a few moments ago. Now we're back live on the 18th green.
Well, at the start of the day, we thought this man was going to be one of the contenders, and he was. After the first 5 holes, he was 3 under par for his round, 9 under. But a double on 9, we saw that, and then a double at 11. Put paid to that, but try and restore a little pride. A grandstand finish. This for an eagle 3.
Take him up the leaderboard though and earn him a few more world ranking points, and there are certainly plenty of those on offer this week. Top quality field in Saudi.
Alexander Schauffele is going to go from the Middle East, the desert in the Middle East, to the desert in the Southwest. Playing in Phoenix next week.
And there will be some rather large crowds there.
That Pablo Larrazabal had the worst year of his career last year, and he's outside the top 100 on the race to Dubai. This putt could give him a share of 3rd place. Round of 68 though. Good day's work and a good week's work for Pablo Larrazabal. Tied for 5th at 8 under.
Well, he's been impressive this week, Ryosuke Kinoshita. I think we're going to see a lot more of him in the next 12 months on the Asian Tour. The round of even par, 7 under. Currently in a time for 9th.
Oh, it's all got very exciting over this closing stretch. Tommy Fleetwood, I'll just remove one of the sponsors boards on the right hand side of this hole. He's drawn an okay lie in the desert, a slight uphill one. Breeze is going to be right off his back, so it's going to be pushing the ball to the right. Just contact is key here. As strong as this breeze is, he's almost got to aim this into that second half of the bunker. Just trust that it's going to bleed back. Should be able to get plenty of spin on this if he makes good contact, which he should. Had to jinx him there. A bit clumpy. Hasn't been Tommy's day, unfortunately.
We still have 3 possible winners though. Watson, Varner or Arnaus. Out of the 3, I think you'd rather be in Bubba Watson's golf shoes, sitting in the clubhouse at 12 under par.
Now, Andre Arnaus. Dom was right. He's got a clear path to the hole. No obstacles in the way, but it's the same case. It was the same situation that faced Tommy Fleetwood. Got to make crisp contact here. You'll get plenty of spin on it off this compacted desert sand. But like Tommy, he needs to be aiming this at the left edge of the green, almost into the bunker. Try and land it. 3-4 pacer shot at the hole. Take one big hop. Pull the string. Oh, he's got that too clean. It's sailing. Oh, trying to work off that slope. He's got away with it. Don't think he meant to play that shot, but it's still a putt for birdie. Oh, it's going to be Tommy Fleetwood to play before Harold Varner takes his second shot. Tommy's ball rolling back down the slope into the first cut of rough. It's sitting up nicely. He's below the level, well below the level of the green here. Almost must have aimed this at the left fringe, just trying to ride that ridge and use the contours and the wind to push this ball right up to the hole.
When he birdied 9 and 10, he was right in the picture, Tommy Fleetwood, but unfortunately he then made bogeys in 4 of the next 5 holes. Ended his chances of winning for the first time since the Ned Bank Challenge.
Well, there's a leaderboard there you see behind the green, so he should be aware where he stands now. Varner.
Perfect lie in the bunker, uphill lie. Just got to play the little chunk and run here. Oh, that's a delicately played, spectacular shot from Harold Varner in these circumstances. We took a look at that leaderboard, Dom, and they have updated Bubba Watson's eagle at the last, so he knows what he must do.
He's led or had a share of the lead since day 2. Harold Varner, the third.
Adrianos, he knows what he must do as well, pretty much run the tables. On the plus side, he's putting uphill, then into the breeze. On the downside, there is a lot of it, so this is going to be a ridiculously slow putt and bending pretty hard to the left. It's got to be at least 2 feet of break in this. He's just got to give himself a chance. He needs to get it to the hole.
Yeah, at one point, Tim, he was leading the tournament at 14 under par.
Never, ever had a chance. It seemed like a long time ago now, Anthony.
Pretty much puts an end to Adrianos' hopes. Yeah, the worst thing he did really was hole his second shot at 7 for eagle. Hasn't made a birdie since, and he's made 5 bogeys.
And as you mentioned, Doogie, it's been a rough bat 9 for Tommy Fleetwood as well after those birdies at 9 and 10. This one still got a bit of swing from the right. Unfortunately, one of those days for Tommy, just one of those days.
Was coming though. That was the forecast. Calm in the morning, very scoreable, but the wind picking up from mid-afternoon or from early afternoon, and they all know from the last 2 days how tough this golf course is when the wind blows off the Red Sea. It's been a real test.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if Bubba thought that he might still have a chance, because he started the day 6 strokes back, got off to that fast start, 4 under through 6 holes, yet he didn't really make up that much ground, and it was calm, and we were still wondering whether this weather was going to come in or not.
Absolutely, Anthony.
Yeah, when he doubled 11, we thought, no, that's it. I think we actually said, oh, he's out of it now. No, he's not.
He doubled 11, birdied 12, but then had a bogey at 14 as well. So he only really came into the picture with those last 2 holes, the birdie eagle finish. Arnaus for par. Unless he holds his second shot at the last, it's not going to be enough.
Winning is not easy, but he will win. He's shown enough in the last year and a half to just suggest he's going to have multiple wins. This man, this to get to within 1.
Well done, Harold Varner. That's a vital birdie. That means, of course, that he needs birdie to tie or eagle to win, and he knows all about making an eagle at 18. This was on day 1.
Brave shot coming in with a fairway wood. What a shot it was.
He made that one for eagle in round 1, but yesterday, to a pin in a very similar position, he played a very similar shot to give himself another chance of eagle.
Much shorter shot with the wind, but still had to be brave coming over the water. He also birdied it day 2, so he's 4 under par playing this hole. Oh, the tee's moved up, same tee as yesterday, same wind as yesterday. Got to take it over those 2 bunkers on the right. You cannot pull it. If he pulls it, he's going to reach the water anything on the fairway, and then you've seen the shots coming in here. It does feed from that center of the green there into that pin position, but it's a brave man to take it on.
The classic final day pin position. Back left, 29 on, just 4 off the water. Adrianus, I'm sure, will know that having been there or thereabouts for virtually 4 rounds, he's now walking to 18 without a chance of winning the tournament. Can still have a great finish, though. Can Dustin Johnson finish with eagle? And again, this would just be so ironic. He's struggled so badly to hold putts over the last couple of days. To finish tied 5th. Still been a great defence of the title though, Dom, hasn't it?
It certainly has. We've seen that look really from him the entire weekend. There it is, straight downwind and strong too, up to 30 miles an hour. That does mean that he has to hit a very accurate tee shot.
Absolutely, Dom. It's the tournament right here for Harold Varner. Needs a 4 for a playoff. 3 wins outright. Tees up, gotta hit it over that right most of the 2 traps on the right hand side. Can't afford to turn it over.
He's okay. That's all right.
I'm not sure he knows that that's okay, but yeah, I'll go have a look at it in just a touch, but that's fine for Harold Varner. Now Arnaud's definitely needs to be moving this one from left to right with the breeze. Down off the left here on the 18th. Easily fly the pair of traps on the right hand side.
Wind blowing up to 30 miles an hour.
Varner would have loved that tee shot.
Cameron Smith, already a winner this year on the PGA Tour in Hawaii. A good week without ever really threatening to win the tournament, but still it's a 69 for 9 under. He's going to finish tied 3rd. And nothing wrong with that. World number 11 may well be moving up a couple of places after a 3rd place finish in this top class field. Hopefully the final putt from the defending champion, Dustin Johnson. It's a 70 to finish, even par. He finishes the week at 7 under par in 8th place. First, second, first, 8th. I think he likes coming to the Royal Greens Club. As Wade Ormsby finishes off as well. 73 for Wade, who was going along very steadily, but dropped shots at 15 and 17. He's top 20. it's all about Harold Varner. Birdie to tie. Eagle to win. And if there is a playoff, it will be the 18th, as many times as it takes. And it's a good playoff hole because you can make eagle, especially with this wind.
It'll certainly be exciting. And it's looking likely, I must say, where Harold Varner's ball ended up. It's not in a bad spot. It's actually a very good angle in, as long as the lie's okay.
And it's a hole where it could be over after the tee shot. You could pull it easily into the water as well, which Harold avoided successfully. Had Harold hit it in there, Bubba Watson, high probability that he will be the champion.
Absolutely. All important. Well, how's the ball sitting? It looked all right from the aerial view, but that's, you can never really tell. But Tim will tell us momentarily.
Yeah, Dom, well, I scampered by, had a look at it, and the lie's fine. The only thing that's, I would say, mildly concerning for Varner is that it just looks like it's just lying slightly down drain. Obviously that, you know, where his tee shot has ended up, it's awfully near the cart path, and a couple of carts will drive over, mostly down the 18th hole, so that grass is lying down drain with Harold. And if anything, if he's not careful, if he gets a bit greedy here, tries to end it on the 72nd hole, with this breeze and how firm these greens are and that lie, very easy to catch a little flyer, and there'd be all sorts of problems there. So you just got to be smart about this. You know, you'd like to win in style with an eagle, but you know, he knows he needs 4 at worst to keep his chances alive.
Another one on the PGA Tour, Harold Varner. He was second in the Heritage last year. That's his best finish. He did win the Aussie PGA at the end of 2016.
What kind of distance has he got, Tim?
Well, I'll do that math as Tommy Fleetwood gets over this, and you know, it's just been that kind of day for Tommy Fleetwood. Another foot more, and that sits perfect. He's right up against the collar of the second cut of rough. He only really needs to carry this about 200 yards to the front edge of the green. Obviously not going to get too much spin out of this. And Tommy definitely just has to play front edge. If it releases up, that's fine. Just switched a fraction. It's still helping, but sort of more out of the left now for Tommy Fleetwood. Even right bunker, not terrible miss here on 18. Well, none of you that far right in the bunker. Now, Harold Varner. That lie I talked about, just got to protect against the flyer here. Land it on the front edge, carry something that goes 175. Let it release out, no problem. That's on an aggressive line. Okay, that's fine. Nice and safe. Got to get up and down from there, though. How are your nerves?
A little unlucky. Thought that might get a bigger bounce than that and get on the green at least.
Yeah, he pitched it straight in the upslope, and as we've been saying all week, the surrounds of these greens are fairly sticky. So it's not quite like how, you know, a links course would be presented. But he's got the short game for it. Has he got the nerves for it now? Arnaus, massive tee shot, absolutely perfect spot. Can't have anything more than a 56 degree wedge into this hole. That breeze still down off the left. It's a little slope about 8 feet right, 10 feet right of that pin, which can feed the ball down to this whole location. Be a nice way to to end this championship for the Spaniard, who has played so bravely despite all his wrist problems.
Those galleries will get a lot bigger as the years go by, I'm sure. Those who are here at the Royal Greens Golf and Country Club have seen some terrific golf this week. So many of them have been inspired to go and play the game. Now, Arnaus, second into the last.
It's just feeding off to the right, and oof, that's not a great shot from that spot for Adri Arnaus.
Must be difficult for Adri, of course. He's been leading or co-leading for most of the last 3 days. Now he knows he cannot win the tournament. You've still got to play the 18. You still want to make obviously the best score you can, but there must be some of the air going out of the tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. Dougie, he's going to be feeling a little deflated. They've provided some great entertainment though this week. And we'll be coming back every year. This will be the season opener of the Asian Tour for the next 10 years. And what a way to open the season.
Best ever field, Asian Tour history. Biggest prize fund.
Although Harold Varner is just on the front portion of the green and on the fairway, just right where he's standing, that is a little rise, and then it goes down to where the hole is. So it's almost like a little tongue that he has to navigate. So this is overall not that easy of a shot to get close to the hole.
He needs to get up and down, remember, Varner. He needs the birdie. Meanwhile, it's good from the bunker.
You've seen how quick it is off that slope, Anthony, you know, and he's putting downwind. I mean, you just have to hit it a tad too hard, and it will run almost to where Tommy's ball finished up if he's not careful. But he's going to take his time.
His demeanour has been very positive throughout the week. He's smiled his way around. He's played some great golf shots. He was tied for second going into the final round of the US PGA in 2019 at Bethpage Black. Played in the final group with Brooks Koepka. Unfortunately for Harold, on a windy day, he shot 81 to tumble down the leaderboard as Koepka went on to win. But you'll learn from these experiences, painful though it was at the time. So it looks Bubba Watson watching. He's set the target. Now can Varner match it? Oh, this is good.
No. No.
Oh, would you believe it? What a way to win the biggest tournament of your life. It's an eagle 3. Harold Varner is 13 under par and wins by 1, and Tommy Fleetwood is almost as pleased as Harold is. What a finish. What a putt, and Bubba Watson, to his huge credit, is down to congratulate the man he thought he might be playing off with. What a fantastic putt. Harold Varner with an eagle at the last again. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that, guys, does it?
Oh, the amount of touch displayed there. That ball looked like it wasn't even going to make it up that slope. And then once it started to dribble down, it just kept running. And he hit it almost at a perfect pace. Just phenomenal by Varner.
I think we're going to be seeing this putt a few more times in the next, wow, eternity. I mean, what a putt. Let's look at the reaction too.
Bad ways to win a golf tournament. Some are a little better than others.
What was his heart rate like as he saw the ball just trickle over the hill and start making its way to the hole?
Lovely touch too from Bubba Watson. Made his way down to greenside to congratulate the man who's just stolen the trophy from him.
Well, in all that excitement, Tommy Fleetwood did attempt a birdie putt from the back of the green, but he missed and made a par.
Rice's English caddy, and a great friend of both Tommy Fleetwood and Ian Finnis, his caddy, performing the ritual of keeping the 18th green flag, memento which the caddy always keeps.
It's still a significant putt for Adri Arnaus, currently in a tie for third. This will move him to 10 under par and outright third on his own.
Well done, Adri. He's 71 today. Dropped a few on the back nine. Finishes with a birdie though, and at 10 under par, he is third on his own, as Anthony says. 3 behind Varner and 2 behind Watson. Wow. If the Asian Tour is going to be like this in 2022.
I thought we were going to go into extra time, Dougie, when he stood over that putt. In fact, I thought he had more of a chance of 3-putting for sure than holding it. I certainly never, ever predicted that finish.
And as I think it was Anthony that said, as it climbed that ridge, just for a moment you thought, oh, it might not make it here, or it could sit on the top. It just took that. It was perfect pace, perfect line.
You missed it, bud. I can't hear him. I'll talk to him soon. You tell me. What are you about?
Day to remember, a week to remember for Harold Varner from Charlotte, North Carolina. Never won on the PGA Tour. Hasn't won in over 5 years. What a tournament to end that sequence. $1 million. But it's not about the money.
No, but he displayed an exquisite short game throughout the whole tournament. He was put in some really difficult spots, some tough situations, and he got out of them with great flair, great touch. Kind of displayed that he's got, you know, not really a flashy game, but he's got a real complete game. Kind of a player that will just kind of just be steady time after time after time. Has a performance of his lifetime so far.
99th in the world ranking starting the week, 50 points for winnings. He might get close to the top 50 in the world with this. Now, probably around 60, 62, I would imagine. What a performance.
And he's such a popular character. When he gets back onto the PGA Tour again, I'm sure everyone will be coming up to congratulate him and tell him how pleased they are for him. What a win. What a way to win.
Make sure you check it.
I am.
My first tournament like that.
Harold Varner III is the Saudi international champion. You want to see it again? Of course you do. Just at this point. Just wonderful. Really nice moments as Bubba Watson congratulates the man who's beaten him to the trophy. Harold Varner III at 13 under par. Like Watson, finishes birdie eagle. Adrian Ars takes third at 10 under par, and Steve Luton and Cam Smith tied fourth at 9 under. Matty Wolff at 8 under after a 67. Pablo Larrazabal and Johnny Vegas picking up the top 8. Also in 7 under, Abraham Ancer, Joaquin Niemann, Yosuke Kinoshita, the defending champion Dustin Johnson, and Tommy Fleetwood. Shane Lowry finishing strongly, a 66 for 6 under. Takumi Kanaya and Brad Kennedy also 6 under par. Henrik Stenson and Phil Mickelson, the two men who battled out perhaps the greatest final round in the Open since the duel in the sun. Xander Schauffele will be disappointed after that 72 today, I'm sure, but still a good week. 64 from Mark Leishman, lowest round of the day. Matteo Manassero, who led after the opening round, 62 8 under, slipped away a little bit, finishes at 1 under par. So 44 players finish the week even par or better here in Saudi. Two Indians, Biraj Madapa and Rashid Khan, both finishing strongly with a 67 and a 68 respectively. Well, you've got to say, fellas, that's as good a finish to a tournament as we've had in a very long time. That was terrific.
It really was. I mean, Bubba Watson finishing birdie eagle, and when Harold Varner stood on the 17th tee, he needed the exact finish to pip him by 1. Never thought that was going to happen, and just remarkable. I mean, it's a putt that he'll never ever forget. It's a day he's never going to forget. Just remarkable, and what a great week we've had.
And even being a quiet game, just to see the emotion and the reaction of Bubba Watson and Harold Varner, you know, Bubba Watson, he probably thought he hit the buzzer beater. And comes back a couple holes later, Harold Varner hits the biggest shot with the time running out. It was just unbelievable.
As we all know, this is a country with absolutely no tradition at all in the great game of golf. There's an awful lot of work going on to introduce the Saudi population to the game. And if you're looking for something to get them excited, I think we've just found exactly what we need. Opening week of the Asian Tour season. It's a US 1-2. Harold Varner and Bubba Watson both finish birdie eagle, and for Varner that was enough to win by one.
The names we're used to seeing on top of an Asian Tour leaderboard, but I think we're going to be seeing more and more of it as the years go by.
And couldn't be more happier than for Steve Luton, who several years ago was the odd man out at the year-end Order of Merit. He was that just outside the cut line, so having gone through that hardship, wonderful to see him up there.
How inspiring for some of the young Asian Tour players. You think of the new Asian Tour #1, Tom Kim, Chun Yong Kim. He's had a great week, and he will be inspired by what he has seen this week. And the 14-year-old amateur, Ratchanon Chantananurat, he's now played in 5 professional tournaments as a 14-year-old amateur. He's made the cut in every one. How good could he be in the future? Such a multifaceted game, this, isn't it? This front 9 this morning played in virtually flat cam conditions, everyone making birdies, game looked easy, and the wind gets up in the back 9, and suddenly you need a whole bunch of new skills almost, don't you?
It certainly tested them, that's for sure. This back 9, if you were slightly off with your game, it was fully exposed, and Harold Varner just stuck to his guns, and he never changed his demeanor. Even though he dropped to 9 under par at one stage, a 10 under par, beg your pardon, he still just kept plugging away, never really got flustered or down on himself, because he's played this game long enough. He knows strange things can happen, and none stranger than what just happened.
Harold Varner was tied for second after the opening round. Tied for first after the second round, led on his own after round 3, and most importantly leads on his own after round 4. And this is it, the putt which he will never tire of watching. We'll never tire of watching, to win the tournament. The final leaderboard, Harold Varner III is the Saudi International Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the prize presentation for the 2022 Saudi International. First, let me introduce the presentation party. To your left, Chou Min Tat, CEO of the Asian Tour. followed by Majid Al Soro, Deputy Chairman and CEO, Gulf Saudi and the Saudi Gulf Federation. And to the far right, Mr. Salah Romay, Managing Partner, SoftBank Investment Advisors. May I now invite Majid Al Soro to present the championship trophy to our 2022 champion, Harold Varner III.
Let go of it.